Hello, everyone. Hi, I am the nurse.
I'm the attorney.
And I'm the data analyst.
All right. And we want to welcome you to our first episode of our podcast. So, our podcast, our goal is basically sharing our stories. And we are three women from African descent. We lived in Africa and then, moved here. And we all have found success in our different fields. So we wanted to share our experiences and we're going to do some interview at times. Our goal is to post once weekly on Fridays. So we hope that you get to enjoy our little stories. So my name is Biamo Gilda. So I know it's two names. You can choose one, whatever you're comfortable with. I usually answer to any of them. So I am a nurse, a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for, oh my God, that's a long.
You're going to tell your age.
Yes. Well, I started as a nurse assistant and then I wanted to do more in the healthcare and went on and did my LPN and I wanted to do more. So I went and did my associate in nursing. And then at that point, I was like, oh, well, the administrator are making good money. So I went and did my bachelor in administrator. But then I was like, okay, I still need my bachelor in nursing. So I went and got my bachelor in nursing. But I promise everybody that I'm done with school for now. In 2 years, things can change. But for now, I am a proud owner of a bachelor in nursing. So, and I love what I do. So, and then I will pass down to Mercy so she can tell us about her story.
Awesome. That's good. I didn't know you had that many degrees.
I know.
That's,
Me either.
that's a lot.
Isn't that amazing? We know each
Yeah,
other for a while and we don't know this kind of details.
exactly. My name is Mercy. I am from Zimbabwe and I'm an attorney. I have been licensed since 2014. I kind of always knew I wanted to be an attorney since I was 12. My cousin was an attorney and her husband was an attorney, and they were just very cool people. So I always wanted to do it. I didn't even know what it entailed, but I just knew that's what I want to do. And then it ended up working out because it really worked out with the strengths that I have. So I've loved it. I've enjoyed it. I can't see myself doing anything else.
Yeah.
And I'll pass it over to our analyst.
Hello, I'm
Hey.
Shiro Nyaga. Um, I'm the data analyst. I also was not like you. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was 12.
Mhm.
Didn't know what I was going to eat that day or what I liked to eat that day when I was 12, let alone knowing what I'm going to do. So mine was accidental love of data analyst. I'm from Kenya, by the way. Been here for a long time. Hey, I'm gonna tell, but my hair could be telling my age. But let's see, 2001 is when I came. Yes, I came in 2001. I did my bachelor's in IT here, and I used to work at Wendy's. And I remember I applied for my first job after I graduated with bachelor's in IT, and I got hired by my first manager because she said, I want you to come and show us how you're able to help me go through the line in 90 seconds and have my hot food.
Wow.
Hmm.
And I was like, all I did was tell fry fries and but okay, well, just hire me.
Yeah.
It was nice. But that first job was actually a project management analyst. So you're supposed to, they were trying to like mold and nurture project managers. But that company, 4 years later, actually 2 years later, will start going down the, like they filed for bankruptcy and
Mm.
I know. So that program was crushed quick.
Yeah.
So I joined the supply chain, and that's where I started doing a little bit of reporting and a little bit of uh, taking orders in this tool called SAP and stuff. And so slowly they'd ask me to run a report here and a report, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then 2 years later, the company shut down completely, and I was like, oh, and now what?
I do.
I only had I know. Then where did I go after that? there. Fortunately, I applied for a company. I think what was it? It was because I'd run a few reports. I found this entry level job for reporting and for sales and marketing for Bear. The guy who was hiring was originally from South Africa,
Mm.
and he had I know, and he's like, "Oh, that name Nyaga sounds like a Kenyan name. Let me see." So they interviewed me. Fortunately, I got the job, and then I started doing analytics for the sales and marketing team for, I think it was pest control. And then from there, I just did it, and now I just love looking at little reports and running dashboards and making pretty charts, and it's been so much fun.
Oh, my.
But it's really because I also had very good mentors that I found along the way,
Mm.
which really helped. I was so blessed to have managers who were helping me grow. I'm telling you, the first presentation I did, I needed Jesus. Maybe Jesus is father too. It was terrible. But they kind of helped me and mentored me, and I asked a lot of questions, and
Mm.
I love what I do today.
I'm from the DRC, Congo.
Mhm.
You forgot that part.
It's so funny because when I moved to the US, oh, by the way, guys, we are located in North Carolina.
That's true.
US is big. But when I moved to the
Mhm.
US in New York, and so most people, when you come in, you just whatever everybody's doing, most likely that's what you'll do in your community. And most people,
Mm.
sorry guys, most people were babysitting and making bank. I mean, I'm not talking about like little babysitting. I have a cousin that she would do 3 days here, make maybe 500, and 2 days over there, making maybe 300. I mean, she was making good money. So I started babysitting, but then after a while, I was like, did I really come all the way here for this? Like I loved it, and the family were great. We're still in contact till this day, and I love to see the kids. I think some of them got married, which how old does that make me? Like you said, the hair will show. But then I had an uncle that was like, "You're very smart, and babysitting is great, but you could do so much better." And I said, "Yeah, I want to do so much better, but I just, like you say, mentoring and guidance. Like I said."
Mhm. Yeah.
So it was like, okay, we're gonna do this CV, like
Resume.
resume. Yeah. Um,
Mm.
I'm gonna put it together for you, and then we're just gonna send it. And then as we send it, my first interview was at Bloomingdale's in New York, which is a big retail store. So it's funny because I went in there, and my manager, she was, because I used to work at Disney in Paris. I did a little bit of Disney in Paris. And my interview was just about my experience at Disney. She was just fascinated with France and fascinated with
What were you
it.
doing in France, Birmo?
In Disney, you walk, I know at Disney, you just walk wherever. I was working for an agency at Disney. So it was one of the restaurants, so you get to dress up. It was a lot of fun. So, but she was just fascinated by that. I think, I mean,
Mm.
interview was just about, so how is France? Because when I left Congo, I went to France. She was, how is France? And how is Disney? And how's the French people? Okay. But
See, well, you answered why I was asking to the listeners. They're wondering, how did you go from Congo to America back to France?
no, no, no. You're right. France. And then from France, I moved down here. My mom and my sister were here. So I was like, that's where I'm going. But yeah, this manager was just about what I did there. And honestly, sorry, guys. Don't I'm not sick. I just have this tickle that don't want to leave me alone. But this manager, I think it's really my accent and the fact that I moved from France that got me the job. When she called me back and say, would you like to take on the job? I'm like, sure. And I went there. I spent about 3 years there, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it. We had a great.
Mm.
And then after that, I went on to. After 3 years, I was like, okay, maybe I should do something different. And you know what's funny is that when I lived in France, I was young, and I wanted to work at Planet Hollywood. I don't know. I just thought it was cute. So one day I was just walking down Times Square and walked into Planet Hollywood. and then they were having on the spot interview. I was like, okay. So I went and did the interview, and the guy was super nice. And they say, well, I don't think you have enough experience to be a server, but you could be a hostess. And I got the job. I was like, okay. I'm like, I like America so far. You know, coming like this.
I was about to ask you what is Planet Hollywood. I was thinking it's like a
Oh,
Planet Fitness.
in restaurant.
Mm.
Like a lot of stars goes there, you know, I don't know how,
Oh,
yeah, you know, it was big deal. I think it's still a big deal. Like it's one of the I think New York is one of the flagship restaurant. So
Oh.
it's fun. I loved it. It was fun. You see some of the stars used to come there to promote their movies and stuff like that. And some of the shows will tape in rooms in the building. So sometimes you
so
get
you used to see these people. Look at you. Young in America, I'm seeing that's what we see on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So like, hey, I want to go to America to see these things. You're just seeing them.
yes. Yeah, I mean, they were
Right.
normal, you know. I mean, they had some of their, you know, their security people, and you know, when you walk there, you're really not supposed to be like fanning on them, like, oh my god, you were
And I
just
have a
like,
picture.
hey, and then you go home.
That's a nice welcome to the country because
Yeah. And then I
some
went,
of us were struggling
yeah,
to know that side of the
that
country.
a learning process. It's really, I think New York really teaches you, you know, when that song of New York, like about the concrete jungle, it really is like you have to find your way.
Mm,
You have to be quick. You have to, you hustling. You really hustle.
yeah.
You learn a lot. So yeah, and then I did some more retail, but then I always wanted to like do something in like helping people. I always been one of those people that like to help people, and my dad was a doctor, so he always wanted some of his kids to be in healthcare, and I was just like, so what can I do there? So then that's how I started in nursing assistant, and I first started volunteering at a hospital. And then I was like, I quit my volunteering job. I'm like, who does that? It was just hard because it was in a cancer oncology floor, and it was in a kids, you know, department. So it was sad. I just couldn't take it.
Mm,
Like,
mm.
you know, and I just became a mom at that time. I was like, I have a healthy boy, and you go there and you see all these kids being sick. It was just so hard. Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah. Then I went into nursing homes, and it was like, ah,
Mm.
people, they love me. It was just an instant match. But you know, as time goes by, you try a little bit. I did some hospital, and now I'm into clinic, and I love clinics as well. So
Mm.
yeah.
So what type of a nurse are you? What's
Registered
your specialization?
like right now I'm with family medicine. It's a clinic. It's just like when you go to for your yearly physicals and stuff like that. You know, you go in at 8 o'clock, you leave at 5.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Quick question for you. How long did it take for you to become a nurse from beginning to end?
Gosh, yeah. So it's different because I did my LP. So before that, you know, you do the prerequisite. I think the prerequisite took me maybe a year and a half or so. And then I did my LPN. So the LPN took about a year. But then the school that I was at that time didn't have, I mean, they had the bridge program, and then our year was the last year that they would not offer the bridge program. So we thought, we were like, no, wait a second. We stayed in this school because we knew you had a bridge program. Now you don't want to have it. Where are we supposed to go? So they came up with a very quickie bridge program. And that was in like 6 months. I mean, it was hell on earth. I would never recommend anybody doing it like that. I mean, I've seen some of the brightest people not get through that program. I've seen people getting divorced in that program. I mean, it's bad because it's so consuming. So, so I did that, and then for my BSN, it took me about a year. I would say maybe 14 months. So yeah, I think altogether maybe 4, I would say ish.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a big commitment, and I always tell people that get into nursing that they need to love what they're doing, because and then find your niche. If you if you're a pediatric nurse, it's better for you to be there because you're gonna give your best there. Than being into like a retirement home, and you can stand doing what you know, going through what happened in each retirement home. So find your niche and stick there. That's
Mm.
good enough. loving what she's doing than one that's stressed out and don't like what she's doing. So that's just my advice.
Mm.
So that was a rundown of how things happen here in the US for me. And I'm loving it still. So yeah.
Miss Marcy,
But
Yes, ma'am.
that's
what is your immigration journey? No, what did you wait? Attorney journey.
Jenny.
Yeah, so it was interesting hearing Birma talk about the different jobs she had, because that had me thinking, like, what kind of jobs have I had? And I've really
Yeah.
only ever had a job in a library or a legal job.
Oh,
Those are the
nice.
Really?
yeah, those are the only two types of jobs I've ever done.
Very attorney-esque.
Yeah, so when I came to the US, I worked at school. I worked at the college where I went to school, and
Oh,
they had different types of jobs. It just so happened that the library had an opening, so I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I worked there the whole 4 years. I worked at the
wow.
Huh.
library. And
Fine.
then when I went to law school, I worked at a library at the law school. And
Oh,
then
wow.
when I graduated, I started working legal jobs. So, so,
You-
Wow.
I thought that was really funny when I was listening to him, because I was trying to think back. I'm like, what kind of jobs have I had? And I was like, oh wait, library, legal job. That's it.
think
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I went to a library.
I came to the US in 2006, went to college, did my undergrad in Georgia. I got a bachelor's in conflict resolution with a minor, no, conflict resolution legal studies with a minor in international relations. And then when I graduated, I went directly to law school, University of Virginia. And after I graduated, I was in Minnesota for a little bit, working for an organization there, a legal, kind of like a legal aid. And then I worked for some firms in Georgia, and then I moved to North Carolina for work, and I never left. So,
What was that length of school? How long was it for you?
so my undergrad took 4 years,
Mm.
and law school took 3 years. So I didn't take a break. Yeah, I didn't take a break. So it was 7 years. And I was telling you guys this, that when I was in Zimbabwe applying for law school in Zimbabwe, it's 5 years in Zimbabwe. It's just one degree. Just after you finish high school, you basically go to law school. So in 5 years, you're done, right? So when I was applying to schools in the US, I didn't realize that it's different. That in the US, you have to get your undergrad and then go to law school. So
Wow.
literally, because they gave me legal studies as my major, but I thought it was law, right? So when I came, because even when I was applying, I said I wanted to do law. And then when I started school, I'm seeing, like, I'm taking these classes and I'm like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. Then I came to realize, like, you're not in law school actually. So
What?
that tells you how little research I did before I made the move, right?
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it worked out.
But that's good to know, right? It's
Mm.
good to know that, so that when people are thinking about taking that path, they do their research when they're coming into the
Exactly.
country.
Hmm.
Because, yeah, that's 7 years. So did you have the option to go straight into law school?
No, you have to have an undergraduate degree.
You have to have some kind of undergrad that is in that.
No, it doesn't have to be in that. And that's the other thing, because if I had known,
Oh.
I could have done an undergrad in whatever.
Yeah.
But because I didn't know, and I didn't even realize you could change your major once you're in school, right? So by the time, like, I'm realizing all these things, it ended up working out. But imagine if I had eventually decided I didn't want to go to law school, right? Then
Yeah.
the undergrad degree that you have to be able to use it for something, something that you're interested in. So when I went to law school, I was in school with people that did nursing, people that did engineering in their undergrad, people that did a whole bunch of different things. So, which I think is good, because because a lot of people don't finish law school, right? You do the first semester or the first year and you're like, okay, no. Now the only thing you have is your undergrad. So it better be something that you could actually use for something.
This is something we need to dig into for people, because it's interesting. Like, I didn't know. I have a niece who wanted to do law,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know all of this. So if she chooses a random undergrad that is not really fun or applicable, That's
And then
interesting.
and I think
Something
it goes
teach.
back to what you were talking about mentorship, because
Mm,
what I always advise people, if you're interested in a career, it's good to
mm,
talk to somebody who's in it,
It's yeah.
so you can kind of, because some
yeah,
of the
that's true.
things really you won't really be able to tell, even if you're like googling stuff or
Yeah.
whatever, you won't really be able to know some of
You
the
don't know what to
small
ask.
details. Exactly. So you
Mm,
talk to people, because even with me, I knew I wanted to be an attorney from a long time ago, but I didn't know
mm,
what a lawyer does really, right?
Yeah.
All I knew was like on TV, their objection, blah, blah, blah. And then I see my cousins, they're always like look very well up. So that was the score, right? I didn't know like what is my day-to-day basis, right?
yeah.
So it was like after I started working, then I'm like, oh, okay. So I think it's really good to talk to someone
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and
Mm,
really kind of and talk to different people about different kinds of professions, because
mm,
there's so many things that you would never think of doing, and it turns out that's something that you would actually be good at or something that you would enjoy, which is also
mm.
one of the goals of our podcast, right? So
Yes.
we can expose people to different kinds of professions and different kinds of people.
Yeah.
Um,
It's interesting because,
And
I knew some people not very close to me that were in nursing world, but I never, when I got started, it was one of those things. What's hard with nursing is that there's so many different things you can do. And, everybody experience is really gonna be different. Like, so I can only talk to you about what I went through, but
yes.
good to let people know. But like my general advice always have been, make sure it's something that you would want to stay in, because it's hard to go through all these years of school and these headaches and you know sleepless night of studying, and then come to find out I don't like it. And then what do I do? That a lot of people, when they finish with school, will rush to the hospital. I mean, will go work at a hospital, but the problem is that they may not like the hospital, and then they may feel like, oh, I don't want to do nursing at all. But you have to understand that different places that you go to, your experience gonna be completely different,
Hmm.
completely different, and to find your niche and just stay with it,
Yeah, that's
because
it.
you
you
know
know
what you do it.
what? I would like to add a caveat to that. And this maybe applies to outside nursing or maybe nursing, I don't know. Um, I think when you're young, you don't realize you still have a lot of time in life and you can change your career.
Mhm.
It's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. If you do 3 years in analytics or attorney or nursing or I don't know, taxes or whatever, you can change your career. Don't be scared. It's okay. Because at the end of the day, at least from where I am now, I want to wake up and be happy to go to work.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake up and I'm just like, Jesus, I'm going back to that place.
Yeah. Oh, that I can.
Yeah, I think it's make the right choices at the beginning. But if you find that you did not, it's okay. It's not the
Yeah.
end of the world.
No, it's not.
It's not the end of the world. You can always change. And that's one thing, like I keep telling when I talk to my nieces and they're always not sure what they want to do. Oh, I'm taking these classes right now and I'm not enjoying it. I don't know if I should change. And I'm like, well, you don't want to keep changing when you're in college and you'll be
Exactly.
in college forever.
Mhm.
But right. But you stick with it. It might be difficult now. When you actually start the job, it's a little bit different. Learning and application are different, very, very different. When you
Mhm.
get on the job, you're doing it every day, every day, every day. So it gets easier and easier,
Mhm.
right? Versus in school and you're just taking in and learning and learning. But if you find in the job you don't like it, it's okay. You can you'll beat yourself up for a little bit, and then you freshen up, and then I'll make some better choices now that you have knowledge. You're a little bit knowledgeable on the mistakes that you did.
No,
And
that's
I think, and I think people have to remember that in every like field, there was like that business side of it. Like I know if you start as a new nurse and you like at a hospital or whatever, you let's say you don't like it, but you already have that degree, and with that degree you can do so much. You can have a school where you teach, let's say, nurse assistant. You can become an educator, or you can. There's always another side of it So I think it's good for people to think about like the business side of it. Like maybe I don't like to inside of be beneficial as a
Mm.
educator, as a person that's teaching the next generation. Or, you know, like, and nowadays with all the TikToks and the social media, you learn a lot about what goes on in different part of the country, different situation, people, how it's important, you know, like in nursing, they always tell you, like, if it wasn't documented, it didn't happen, and know how to cover your behind because documentation will do that for you. So
Mm.
when they share different stories of how, like, maybe a nurse got like their license revoked, or maybe how a nurse got in trouble, it's good to hear those things, but those are things that
Yeah.
now it's available through social media, but back then it wasn't. Like unless you meet somebody that have gone through something, you wouldn't
Mm.
know the other side where when things don't go right for you, you know.
Mhm.
And but like
Yeah.
nursing, like you learn so much in school, but when you get on the field, that's the real school.
Mm.
Mm.
That is,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think with most careers, I think
yeah.
that's what ends up. Yeah.
So you're like, well, that's not how I learned it, but I said,
You let go?
They're sticking this needle.
all right. But you know, you remember that this is your license that you work hard for,
Yeah.
and you don't want to put yourself in a situation that you could lose it. Cover your behind. That's
Yeah.
golden rule.
No,
And
that's,
Yeah.
cover.
what did you study in college?
So me, mine's one of those interesting. So me, I landed even the jobs that I did. By the way, I did a little bit more than you. I was not in library. Yeah, me and books, we are like
I said
friends from far.
that is more sleeping.
So so funny story. I landed in Hawaii because my dad was reading the newspaper and he saw this little school that was looking for students back home in Kenya. I had just finished high school, and my dad is not somebody who was told. He told you what to do. You didn't ask. So he said, "There's this school. Can you go look at it and find out what's happening? See if you can, you know." So he went for the presentation with my mom. We listened, and then the next thing, I applied for my I-20. It's been so many years, I forgot what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And before I knew it, I got my I-20. And this time, so fortunately for me, I had a brother and two sisters in North Carolina. So they're trying to tell my dad, Hawaii is 6 hours flight away. Where is she going there? He's like, ah, you will figure it out. You'll be seeing each other.
It's like she's in the US.
She's in the US.
She's there. You go figure it out. So I went to Hawaii. First weeks, I did not talk to anybody. I didn't know anybody. I just landed in this island, just there. Boom. And I got put in, I roomed with this Nigerian girl, uh, Nini, and we became such good friends. So now I had applied for computer science because that's what I was calling it IT. But when I got here, because that was the thing at that time, IT. So when I got here, they only had computer science. So I said, oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize computer science had G coding, God knows what, C++ number, I don't know where. We had to do like calculus, blah. I'm like, okay, this. This is exciting. I love software. I like working with software and playing around with it, but I don't want to the ins and outs of computer science.
Mm.
So therefore, but either way, at the beginning you have to do those first 2 years are basic. You know, you do English. I don't know what basic classes, business, science. I don't know what. And then at that time, I started working at the school. This is a long time ago, people. I worked in the school for something. And Hawaii was those days a long time ago. Hawaii was easy. You could get a work permit quickly. I got the international administrator would get us all work permits. So it was easy to just go get a job. But that time we were all working in school because we were all kind of international. And a year later, they were like, yeah, this place is expensive. Do you know bread was $6 at that time?
Wow.
Yes, bread. Because they have to bring in everything, right?
Yeah.
It's an island.
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 Yeah, it was so expensive. So now my brother was like, it doesn't make sense. I said, it doesn't make sense. So I moved to North Carolina. My first job, I was a cashier at Haristita.
Yeah.
Haristita is a grocery store, right? Njeri got me that job.
Mm.
But, I was a cashier for a year. Is it a year? Oh, by the way, Njeri is one of our friends.
Yeah.
So I was there I came to North Carolina and then I worked at Haristita and then I joined the college at that time. So now they had IT because now I had a little bit of an idea. They had
Mm.
IT. So I applied for IT. And remember, I'd done 1 year over there. So I was able to transfer some of my classes.
Mm.
And so I was a cashier for about a year. And then this Sanjari had moved into the office. Like she would balance the monies in the office for the grocery for that store. And then she left. She decided to go into nursing. And then she teteared me. Oh, teteared. She what's teteared in English? She spoke nicely. She went and talked to her manager nicely. So I got that job, which was nice. So now I'm thinking, hey, wait. In those days we were being paid, I think $7 an hour. Survival for the fittest.
Yeah.
Then I did that a little bit. And then the school that I was going in, they had a career fair one day. So I said, I'll just go check. Wendy's was hiring for supervisors.
Mm.
I said, Wendy's, how will let this work out now? But then also at Haristita, I was getting the hours are not working well with school.
Mm.
So I talked to these guys and they hired me. Had I ever supervised anybody or anything? No.
Mm.
At that time, I think I was 21,
Mm.
21 or 22. I was still a child.
Mm.
So I started working at Wendy's. Wendy's is a fast food, right?
Mm.
Started working at Wendy's. I was a supervisor as I was going to school. So imagine I was working 50 hours a week and
Mm.
taking a full course load.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Ask me to do that today. I'll
No.
die. I don't even know how I did it. Being young is nice. Being young is so nice. Wendy's, I graduated and then I went to so I did IT, or just what I was studied. So that's why I did information technology, which included like just learning different softwares and how to use them, rather than computer science, which is your like coding and building this software so that it can be used by
Mostly.
us software. Yeah. Like I was not like I didn't like software development and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then with that, somehow I fell into the when you graduate, you just want a job.
A job.
You know what I mean? You just want a job first. So
Mm.
I saw that project management program. I joined it. And then, like I said before, I fell into data analytics. So those are the jobs I had before. And then I worked in different companies I think actually all of them has been supporting sales and marketing. So doing all of their reports
Mm.
for their, for like sales and the marketing folks. It's been fun. Actually fun working for sales and marketing. Crazy team, but so much fun.
That's so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You should tell people maybe like what type of attorney you are.
Oh yeah, so I do immigration. So any US immigration matters, I work on those. Yeah.
Oh, good. How long of a process usually? Like I'm sure every case is different, but like how long can it take? Like mostly years, or do you see things sometimes getting approved like less than a year? And then what type of case can get approved like less than a year?
So it's a wide range. So if you're talking about something like asylum, right? You can get called in for your interview within months. For most people, it's years. So I still have asylum cases pending from like 2016, right? So you're talking about 9 to 10 years.
Mm.
And then if you're talking about a marriage-based application, if the spouse is in the US, you're talking about a year and a half. And then some of the things are just bound by statute. So if you're talking about an application for a sibling, for example, by
Okay.
statute, that just can't move. So you're talking about 15 years, right?
Oh.
And then if you're talking about a work permit, that's like an asylum-based one's going to take about 3 months.
Okay. So
And
that was
then,
like, so those that are waiting for the asylum, do they get their work permit?
so
Yeah.
if your asylum has been pending for 6 months, you can apply for work authorization. And that application takes about maybe like 3 months at the most.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a wide range. Like some things are pretty quick, like a change of status. You are allowed to pay premium processing and you can have a decision within 30 days.
Oh, okay.
So
So guys, we haven't talked about how we met.
Oh yeah, that's good.
How do we know each other?
Yeah.
you go first, Shiro. I think you already hinted.
I already. So let me see. Who did I meet first? Mercy. I
Yeah.
met you first, right? Yes, I met you first through Jerry. So Jerry is I have known Jerry for 22 years now, right? 20, I don't know, however many years. And Mercy is her sister-in-law. So that's how I met Marcy. And when we met, we were like, oh, she's awesome. We are so lucky because, because Jerry is now my sister too. So by force, I am your sister too.
Amen.
My hook or crook. I'm your sister. And Birmo, I think it was around COVID, right?
I can't remember, but all I know is that we went to that drive shack.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
The drive shack? We went to the drive shack?
Yeah, we went.
That's when we met? No.
Yes.
I thought we met during COVID at the Zoom thing.
No,
Was she
Drive
part of
Shack
Zoom?
Drive Shack was before COVID, wasn't it?
a little bit, maybe like maybe the beginning of that year.
Because
And
by the time
COVID?
the COVID Zooms, you guys had already met.
Yeah, we already.
That's what I thought.
Well, I think
Oh,
Drive Shack was before.
dang, Birmo, this
So,
is terrible. And then you're my sister from another mother, and I can't remember. But it was also through Jerry because
Yeah.
you and Jerry knew each other. You
So,
worked together?
Me and Jerry met at one of our jobs. I was
Yes.
there and she got hired there. I was like,
Yes.
oh, look at this girl. She is gorgeous.
She is gorgeous. She's very
She-
beautiful.
Nice.
Maybe the listeners will meet her one day.
We're
And then,
gonna train this
sorry.
girl. And so she came in and we start talking and we were like, my God, we can literally, it's as if
You
we
can click.
and then
Yeah.
introduced me to Mercy. I was like, she was like, oh, it's my sister. No, she, with my brother and stuff. I was like, she's awesome too. I think at that time we had one group chat with maybe me, Mercy, and
Yes.
and,
You guys had a group chat. And I
yeah.
remember Jerry.
With-
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
Yes. And you guys had your birthday. Remember your birthday in red?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was
that's how Jerry told me about you. She said, there's a birthday you went to, then she sent me your pictures.
Yeah.
And then she's like, can she join the group chat? She's so cool. And I was like, anybody Jerry thinks is cool. It's me.
it's cool.
It's cool. And that's how you and I ended up meeting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Telling us that she was saying that because her and Sheila was in another group with you.
Yes.
And at that time I haven't met Sheila yet. And then we were just a few in our group chat.
Yeah.
And, well, we do have another group chat that we feel like it's gonna be great with this group chat. I was like, oh my God, another group chat.
I know you hate group chats. Every time I tell you you're telling her, she's like,
a group
another one.
Create a group chat for an event. As soon as the event is over, I'm like, like
Bye.
I'm like, I cannot keep up. I'm afraid I'm gonna say something wrong in the wrong group chat or
Get in
And there are
trouble.
many.
yeah, it's a
Uh-huh.
surprise. And I'm telling the other group chat that, hey, I will see you. One of those things. So then we're like, yeah, sure. And they were like, oh, well, we're gonna meet Shiro at the drive shack. And so when you came, we're like, oh, hey, and you were just cool people. I was like, yeah, I like her. She's great. Before we talk, I was like, I think this girl is my twin from Kenya.
I know. It's so funny. We think alike so much.
And that's literally what I'm saying. And I think it was even confirmed when that one time you were eating the chocolate cake I introduced you to. And I was eating the
Yes.
cake, and she posted the chocolate cake. I'm like, I am about to post the chocolate.
Oh,
And then I added ice cream, and you're like,
Ice
oh
cream.
my gosh, I love it with ice cream too.
I remember that because that's the day Sheila said, don't forget to take your walk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Sheila. Yes.
They was coming up and they were like, oh, well, this other friend, Sheila, we want to meet her.
Mhm.
And I was invited to her birthday. So we went there and started talking to her. She was great too. I was like, this is working out well. So it's a matter of 8 of us
Yeah.
right? And I'm
Yes,
like,
is it 8?
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, it's a group.
One day we should let the listeners meet them.
Yeah.
Meet us
Yeah,
all.
everybody.
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
That would be so much. We had so much fun together.
We're not very needy.
Mm.
We look
Mm.
together.
Amen.
If we don't see them for a while, we're like, okay, now it's time for us to meet again and have a good time. You know,
Mhm.
all have like families that we deal with. You know, we all have, you know, businesses and like work that we're busy with. So we're not very needy. So our group chat keep us entertained
Yeah.
together. It's so funny because every time we have an event, my husband will be like, see you whenever. Because I like at the beginning he used to be like, my God, that was a late night. And I'm like, "Oh, see you night." And then the more he started getting to know you guys, then he was like, then he gave us the name the squad. And I was like, going out with the squad. And he's like, okay, well, I guess I'll see you when I see you.
I mean, it doesn't happen often, you know.
No.
It's when it does happen, it's like you don't want it to end.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just, I mean, how many times we got kicked out of restaurants and
We're closing down.
like,
You gotta go.
No, 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 no. I think that's just the African in you all. You Africans
Then
never
we
want
just
to
stand
go
outside
anywhere.
and talk the
And-
ball.
you're closing? How don't you? And I feel bad sometimes because these people are like, we had a long day, we just want to go home. We're like, oh,
Mhm.
I know.
please. And then we'll stand outside of the place. We're like, I mean, they closed the door. That's all they wanted. We can
Yeah.
still.
Yep. Yeah.
So no, it's been a great
So,
many years actually. I think we all have been in this group chat for. That's funny. We should see how long we had this group chat for.
Yeah.
We've been very lucky to have
very lucky.
because
So,
I would say, you know, we support each other in good and bad times. So
yeah, that's true. That is true.
yeah.
All right, guys. So we can talk about like what's your vision for the podcast? What are your goals? What are you guys excited about? The direction of the
Yeah,
podcast.
so this is how it started. Like I've been thinking of doing a podcast a long time ago, and apparently you guys have been thinking about it. And the day we met with you, Cheryl, it's we just happened to you happened to say something to Mercy, and I was like, wait a second, did they say podcast? So then we went to eat, and then we were talking. I was like, well, you know what? It'd be better to do it with them too than do it by myself. So then that's how we started. And honestly, my goal for the podcast, I was saying Cheryl earlier, I'm like, it's gonna be therapeutic to me. Like to me, it's the place you come to have fun, but also, you know, talk about your story. You know, we say unfiltered, so really spoke up about the good and the bad. You know, about what we went through here, like you know, and also interview other people that came from different country outside of the U.S. and how they made it here. And I think it's important because, like you say, you didn't have somebody maybe to guide you coming in. You know, I had a few people, but it was not in healthcare. So maybe would I have people in healthcare, it would have been different, my path there. But I'm grateful for my path in healthcare because now I can share it with other people. So I think that's the idea. The goal is to just share stories from different people and different background. So hopefully somebody out there can find it interested and can maybe get a better path, and maybe through this they can one day come and share their path as well. So that's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we, in the process of getting this podcast started, like we have learned so much more about each other, about each other's journeys. So it's been very interesting.
Yeah.
And Shiro and I love podcasts, so we always talk about different podcasts. And then one day she texted me, she said, I've been thinking we should do a podcast. And I was like, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then when we were talking to Birma, she also had an interest in doing a podcast. So it ended up working out nicely. But yeah, I think the goal is just to talk about, our struggles, our journeys, and have people on the podcast, have guests that can talk about their stories in different industries. And hopefully that can be helpful for somebody who is maybe at the beginning of their journey or somewhere in the middle and trying to try out different ideas. Hopefully that will be something helpful.
Because my niece had a podcast. I think that's what got me into like even thinking of podcast. And she may have been the first podcast I ever listened to or anything she does. So that's why I was like, oh, yeah. And then was thinking about something that you can just interview people and learn about their soul. Like you say, we know each other for so long, but there's some little details that we didn't know until this happened. So, yeah.
Mhm.
So I hope
Yeah.
that, we get to continue and get it good. I mean, get it going for as long as we can. And, our goal is really to do this, like to submit something new every week, and we hope that people will start looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's
Yes.
exciting. I'm excited because I'm hoping we are going to be able to bring some insight for
Mhm.
people who are looking for answers. They
Mhm.
have questions, they need answers, and they get more information of like stuff they didn't even think about.
Mhm.
For example, I know like somebody who came with a law degree from Kenya, but was told that they have to start from scratch when they got here. And then they did their research, and they're like, no, if I go to New York and do my bar exam, I don't have to start from the beginning. I can do my bar exam, I pass, and I still practice. I know another girl who had an accounting degree from Kenya. She came and she was told, no, you can't. You should have to start from scratch. And she did her research and she found out, no, I can start, for small companies, do CPA for them. And she didn't have to start from scratch. So I'm looking forward to being able to give people like those information to understand that you don't have to start. You don't have to lose all that time outside the country. There are ways to apply your previous degree
Education.
when you come here. And I mean, I'm not talking about doctors. That's a whole different animal. But other careers. So that's really what I'm excited about. I'm excited about our young ones, our Gen Zs who are trying to find their way, to know that it's okay to make a change, but but still make good decisions. So I'm excited about all of that. But I'm most excited just having fun,
Yeah.
talking about it, and
Yeah.
learning about people. Because when we are together, we're just laughing all the time, which is exciting.
I know there was one advice I remember my mom gave me. She was, United States is like a big market. It work in North Carolina for you, but it may work in New York for you. It may work in California for you. It may work, so especially when you're young, you have more of that freedom of just traveling and discovering. So research and go where it's gonna work for you. So
Yeah, exciting times.
yeah. So
Yeah, this
so
was fun, guys.
Yes, it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed this
Exciting.
one. So we hope that you enjoy the next episode to come.
Yes.
Next.
Bye.
Until then, bye.
Bye.
I wanted to become a doctor. And then sure enough, back then in France, it wasn't that many Black doctors. And clearly the school, like, the school's counselor told me, oh, do you know any Black doctors? I said, no. So what do you want to be a doctor for?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.